very much. Respected chair of the session, co-chair, distinguished speakers and guests, ladies and gentlemen, in this virtual platform, a very good evening to one and all. To be really honest, it's one thing, it's very exciting to listen to each and every speakers, and to be very honest, after a very thrashing dynamic speech by Dr. Jeevan, who has expressed and informed how activities, how the situation is in Germany, it is often a difficult task to come up and really share, because there were a lot of things which I also had in common to speak, which Dr. Jeevan, his rich experience of many years here, has shared. Well, anyway, I take this as an opportunity maybe to really open up myself and talk to you about this particular topic, how the prevention and the potential and scope of Ayurveda in prevention of lifestyle disorders. Most of the time, more than terming as Ayurveda medicine, there is a bigger view and insight of Ayurveda. Medicine is just a small part of Ayurveda. The bigger picture is how to stay stable in ourselves, how to find that harmony in our internal environment, how to have that harmony with the external environment, how to live with the nature, how to be the nature. So a major aspect of what our scripture talks is about the guidelines and protocols in how we can keep ourselves more healthy, more productive, more lively with the purpose of life. And this topic, lifestyle and prevention, has been the main motivator for me to pursue Ayurveda, so that I could strongly believe we can share and help each other. But when we talk about lifestyle and prevention, the most of the common question what people ask is, who really want to change? Do we really want to change? Or we see often that towards the near of the new year, we make a new resolution. The resolution that we may change our diet, we may change our particular habits, but sometimes we fall off. It happens to most of us. So the question was then, what really triggers that change? Or how can we truly imbibe that beautiful knowledge in our life? So the observation was, whatever we do is because of certain neuro-conditioning. The neuro-conditioning associated with pain and pleasure. Whatever we do is to avoid pain and to have pleasure. So the momentary responses what we get, what we engage in, may sometimes be a pleasurous moment, but in the long term may cause pain. So most of the time when we talk about lifestyle and prevention, the targeted group who could really bring that change may be those who are experiencing that pain or who have seen others in pain. So this may be, I believe, is the fundamental aspect which we need to really see, and especially when we are disseminating lifestyle and prevention aspects. Now, there was a lot of things which I would like to share. Dr. Jeevan have very well emphasized very sensitively. Now, one of the factors in Germany is most of the culture, there is this criticism. Through criticism we develop. So this is a part of the culture where the criticism is made for the better good. So when we are coming from India, this sort of culture may not be so open. I'm being very open and very honest to everyone. So this particular culture may not be welcoming for some of us, but if we interact with many of the good minds here, they come up and they grow up with open criticism. They be very honest in sharing the scenario. So we should never be offended with it, but we should learn from it. That is the particular way that things are going on. So I really appreciate what Dr. Jeevan have been openly thrashing the sensitive areas as well. Now, why I have come up in Ayurveda was because of my own health issues. That is, in childhood itself, I had very difficult allergic responses. I was born and brought up in Dubai, and then had moved on to Germany. And this allergic responses had almost crippled my life. Now, this crippling of my life, I was under medication, and many of these medications in the long term causes a lot of fatigue, loss of enthusiasm, all these factors. That's when I got introduced into as a new system. I never knew this word Ayurveda, and took me to this particular place. And they said that we are going to have a cleansing mechanism, a cleansing therapy, and you're going to have a detoxification process. And we are going to, what all causes that inflammatory response, we are going to help you to expel it out and bring back that vitality. And most interestingly, it was when I heard that it was through a plant-based system, and bringing this effect, I was totally astonished, because I felt that is the future. So it was how I started getting involved in Ayurveda. And till date, I have done about 14 classical Vamanas with 11 classical Virejanas. I have undergone, experienced with many of the medications, so that we know what it is, how it is. It is not so easy as we talk. But once we overcome it, once we experience it, once we have the effect, we feel totally new. This was a beautiful experience what I had, and that had always motivated me. And that's how I took up this task in my MD that I did in Swasthavritta, which I followed my dream. We took up this task of lifestyle of cancer patients. What we tried was, we had tried to bridge what Veda talks, what Veda teaches, and what the World Health Organization view of health is in the physical, mental, social, and the spiritual well-being. So we believe when we talk about lifestyle, it is not just changing some diet or any particular aspect. It is an holistic aspect, and that is how Ayurveda approaches. So in the Vedas, it says Ahara, Vihara, Achara, Vichara. Ahara for the physical health, Vihara for the mental health, Achara for the social health, and Vichara for the spiritual health. We had taken this task in identifying the physical health, the mental health, the social health, and the spiritual health. Understanding how the toxicity in the physical level causes inflammatory responses or chronic conditions, how the toxicity in the mental health affects our life, how the toxicity in the spiritual health aspect influences our life, and also the spiritual aspect as well. So when we talk about spiritual, it is not some religion which we are highlighting. It is the fundamental of each religion, to be good and to do good to others. And all the positive responses, being good, having the hope, having love, having that, all those reviving or focusing on those positive or higher emotions was the particular approach what we had formulated. So especially what Dr. Jeevan has been talking about, how the packaging system There were many aspects, but I would like to see how the packaging, we are exposed to the plastics, how what we eat and how what we eat are exposed with the plastic materials. We know how EDC, endocrine disrupting chemicals, impact, how it creates a toxicity in us, and also lot of studies have shown how the adipose tissue or the fat molecules, when the toxins are high, they adhere to this particular fat molecules. That comes when obesity and such conditions play a very crucial part, and how we can utilize the concept of Ayurveda, how from Shaka to Koshta, what we say, we prepare the body and eliminate the toxins out of the body. So the toxins which are very much adhered inside the body can be removed through this the process of Panchakarma. And this detoxification is not only for the physical part, but also the detoxifying in the physical level, in the mental level, in the social level, and in the spiritual level. So the potential what Ayurveda can play is very unique compared to any system. Now, I'm not degrading any system. See, anyone, be it allopathy, be it Ayurveda, the fundamental goal is to help those who are suffering. So that is a view of any one of us. And most of my friends are allopathic people because we work together most of the time, and especially in helping in this dimension. Because in Ayurveda also it mentions about the stages of disease from sadhya, asadhya. Each management is very clearly described, and for us given a clear protocol. So the integration of our system, we have to let go of any sort of ego, but have a broader picture on how we can help people, help those who are suffering. And when we are very clear with these doctors of what our approach is, with clarity, when we talk to them, they clearly understand it, they clearly value it. And some of them are my best friends now, and they themselves, even last day also, they were channelizing few patients to us. So that sort of clarity, that sort of approach, when we have, I believe we can work together and develop together. And another area where prevention and especially Ayurveda can play is in the area of predictive, preventive, personalized medicine, where we, through certain biomarkers, we are able to predict. And even Google AI, they have also brought up with Aravind Eye Hospital, I believe, have from 2015, they are working on predictive diagnostic approach. So this also, once we are able to predict, we need an effective way to prevent it. By predicting alone is not enough. So just by some food or some exercise alone, we cannot call term prevention. We need to have such a holistic approach and revive the person from within. So this is one of the most powerful areas where we could truly contribute. There's a very beautiful future waiting for us. And this is what I would like to share. Thank you very much.